My dear Jillian, forgive me. I'm sorry to have changed our appointment at the last moment, but the doctor kept me longer than expected.
Oh, no, please, don't apologize. I only hope that he found you well.
As well as he could, given my condition, but we're not meeting to discuss the tiresome state of my health. Tell me, how's your investigation proceeding?
Faster than I expected. I received a call last night from Aristotle Benedict White, and I must tell you that I have never spoken to anyone quite like him.
How so?
He was forceful, demanding, and yet at the same time charming.
No, I should think if anyone were a match for him, it would be you.
Oh, well, he asked to meet you here in New York. I said that would be impossible at this time. Instead, we're to meet in Luxor. And then I felt that I would proceed further once I got a feeling about the interview.
Splendid. Shall we go inside?
Yes. I have to tell you, every time I come here, I see more fascinating things that I never noticed before.
Then you shall have to come until you're bored.
It would be impossible to get bored. And I'm starting to understand why Aristotle Benedict White is obsessed with Egyptology.
Oh, then you've reached an opinion about him?
No, not yet.
Well, may I ask, what are your feelings now?
I don't know exactly. In some ways, I feel that he's very much like Marie Curie. Elusive, mysterious, but most of all, intriguing.
So all of a sudden, I see Jane dressed as a cigarette girl. And the next thing you know, Barbara's tripped and fallen down, and she's practically choking to death.
What?
I don't think I'll ever be able to eat another canopy, that's for sure.
Well, she's gonna be all right, isn't she?
Oh, yeah, they rushed her off to the hospital. But it was really awful for me, you know? I kept thinking, what more can happen to my crystal...
Well, if it isn't the Acme cigarette girl herself. You're not gonna believe this.
Excuse us, Jane, but, for someone who wants to be a reporter, you're not being very observant. Johnny and I are in the middle of a private
Oh, I'm
discussion
sorry,
about...
but look, you gotta see this. Look, my byline, E.J. Ryan right there. I did it, Johnny, I did it.
Let me see that. Siobhan, I'm sorry this is so difficult.
It's my job.
That's simple.
I told the truth in that deposition. There was no way I couldn't. This is a part of me I have to listen to. I guess I thought it was a part of Joe, of our marriage.
The name is Novak, Sarge. Joseph Novak. 225, 10 and 20. Running an illegal house of gambling.
ABC's steamy storylines, plus SoapNet's new original series on ABC reveals SoapNet's sizzling summer secrets. GH rises to a whole new level with General Hospital Night Shift. 6 assistants, 1 big break. The business of beauty is about to get ugly on the Fashionista Diaries. Plus, see who wins their way to Salem on an all-new season of Soapstar. ABC reveals SoapNet's sizzling summer secrets. Premieres Friday in the View time slot on ABC and again at midnight on SoapNet. 5, 6, 7, and
One Tree Hill at 5.
5, 6, 7.
The OC at 6.
5, 6, 7. Ooh.
Days of Our Lives at 7.
Pull it together.
One Tree Hill, the OC, and Days of Our Lives at
5, 6, 7.
It's one of the biggest problems facing our kids today.
Your percent of body fat is 50%. You're close to 100 pounds overweight.
But they're about to get some big help.
Shaq! Oh my God!
This summer, Shaquille O'Neal takes 6 kids from fat to fit.
It ain't about losing weight. It's about saving these kids' lives right now.
I feel good. Never done this before.
Wait a minute. I can see the tips of my toes.
Shaq's Big Challenge premieres tonight, 9/8 Central, only on ABC.
Say cheese.
Cheese!
Hey, you two. Long time no see.
Man, how about Uncle Joe? Seems strange not seeing him here. I miss him.
I miss his jokes. Yeah, same each year, but I still miss him.
Yeah.
How's Aunt Stella doing since Uncle Joe died?
Pretty fair, I'd say. You know, Uncle Joe had one of those Colonial Penn life insurance policies.
That's a relief.
Mm-hmm. Aunt Stella used his insurance money to help pay for the funeral and other bills.
You have life insurance?
I sure do. Honey, it costs as much to bury a woman as it does a man.
Sure. But at my age, I don't think I could afford it.
You just need the right kind. We got insurance from Colonial Penn at an affordable rate.
Hard to get?
No, you just pick up the phone and call.
She's right. If you're 50 to 85, write down the toll-free number on your screen and call about guaranteed acceptance life insurance from Colonial Penn. Colonial Penn makes it easy. It costs just $7.95 a month per unit, about 25 cents a day. There's no medical exam, no health questions, guaranteed. You can't be turned down. For added peace of mind, Colonial Penn also guarantees your rate will never go up and your benefit will never go down due to age. Since 1994, over 5 million people have called about this affordable coverage. Make sure your family has money to help cover funeral costs, medical bills, credit card balances, or other final expenses. So pick up the phone, call for free information and a free gift. Lines are open now.
Call 1-800-650-2100 to receive free information in the mail. You'll get this handy guide to Social Security absolutely free. Call 1-800-650-2100 or visit our website at colonialpenn.com. There's no risk or obligation. That number again is 1-800-650-2100. Call now.
Sergeant, I represent Mr. Novak. My client is innocent of all charges. I'll be present at the arraignment, and I'll gladly post whatever bond is
After he's
necessary.
been fingerprinted and mugged.
Clearly, Mr. Novak is a stable member of the community with a permanent place of residence and substantial business establishment. Since he represents no threat to the health or welfare of the community, I see no reason why you should...
Look, you've got that story down pretty good.
I'm just trying to spare my client as much unpleasantness as possible.
Well, then maybe you'll just let us get on with it.
Look, if you'd like to leave.
No, I started this. I have to see it through. Who's that with Joe? I think I've seen him before.
Yeah, you probably have. When a lawyer charges $200 an hour, he has a tendency to get his face in the newspapers every once in a while. That is Mr. Ralph Pugh. He represents most of the major organized crime figures in New York.
Somehow that shouldn't surprise me. Are the handcuffs really necessary?
No, it's just routine.
Do you remember when you asked me if I could turn him in? I was so infuriated that the possibility didn't seem real to me. I know police procedure. I understood what would happen if I filed that deposition, but seeing him put through all
I know.
that...
You're trying to be as professional as possible, but it's only natural that you're going to be upset, Siobhan.
I don't know if I'm upset or numb. I just know that so much of what I cared about is a lie. How could I have been that blind?
It's impossible to be objective when you're that close to a person.
But that's the thing. I was not close to Joe. I was close to some romantic vision. You knew what he was really like, and you tried to tell me, but I didn't. I believed him. I trusted him, and now suddenly everything I know is wrong.
It's like Helga Schmidt.
What?
Not what, who? An older woman. I was 5, she was 6. Her father owned the bakery about 2 blocks from where we lived. I mean, there I was one day making plans for our future together, and the next thing, her father's in the textile business. I never saw her again.
I don't really see the connection.
What I mean is this, that all the plans and all the feelings of betrayal aren't as important as the fact that I'm able now to see things as they really are. Although I do admit my knees still get a little wobbly if I get too close to a Linzer tort.
Thanks, Jim.
You enjoying this?
I'm sorry, I have to leave.
I understand.
Coleridge's actions exhibit the adaptability and consummate skill fundamental to the medical profession. Hey, congratulations.
Thank you.
Hey, Dee, you know, in all the excitement last night when you were just telling me about it, you never mentioned that Roger saved Barbara Wilde.
Well, I guess it slipped my mind.
So, Ray's giving you a job as a reporter now, huh?
No, at least not yet.
Well, she must like your writing, otherwise she wouldn't have printed the story. Hey, the thought of you running around New York dressed as a cigarette girl.
No, that was just to get into the Crystal Palace. Later on at the hospital, this other reporter showed up, and I suddenly became Barbara Wilde's sister Doris of the Jazz Maniacs.
Well, if Ray doesn't hire you as a reporter, maybe you can get a job as a quick change artist. Actually, Ray probably figured anyone can get lucky just once. I mean, I was at the party, too. I could have written the story. Except why would I want to be a reporter? My job's so glamorous and exciting.
It wasn't luck that got me into the operating room during surgery.
You were in the OR?
Yeah.
While they were working? I can't believe you did that. That's horrible. Oh. The place is supposed to be sterile. You probably brought in all kinds of terrible germs.
Dee, why do you resent Janie's success? What are you jealous for?
I'm just talking about germs.
Look, don't let anything Dee says get to you.
Yeah. If I did that, I'd be back in Chicago by now.
Yeah. Aha.
Ah, Dr. Coleridge.
E.J. Ryan. As in Ryan's? Could it be that you are E.J. Ryan?
Jane.
Allow me, please. Elizabeth Jane Ryan, formerly of Chicago. Barry's sister. May I present Dr. Roger Coleridge?
The Roger Coleridge, hero doctor who saved America's favorite heroine just last night.
None other. And could it be that you are Elizabeth Jane Ryan, the world-renowned journalist?
Aspiring, hopefully.
Well, I think between the two of us, we've cornered the market on this issue.
Well, I have a few hundred friends and relatives. I wanted them to know what I'm up to in New York.
Well, my phone's been ringing all morning. In fact, I've been made an honorary member of the Barbara Wilde fan club.
Yeah.
It's nice to meet you.
Actually, we've met before, or collided, which is more the case with me. It's Crystal Palace. I handed you the straw for the tracheotomy, and then later at the hospital.
You were the one in the surgical gown?
Yeah, sorry about the shoes. Oh, and then once here when you were telling Delia that there was no pain like her pain.
Oh, I forgot. Boy, you really do have a good memory.
You made a distinct impression on me. Germs.
Your article was extremely flattering. Thank you.
Well, it was amazing how you immediately sized up the accident and you acted on it. I really admire that a lot.
Don't mind me.
You saved this woman's life without stopping to think of the possible consequences to you. Do I embarrass you by this?
Not at all. I have an infinite tolerance for praise.
How is Barbara Wilde this morning?
Well, she's out of danger, but she's not progressing as quickly as I hoped.
What exactly do you mean by that?
Well, just means that I know what results I want, and it's going to take a little time to get there.
What results are those?
Well, for her to be back in the television studio on her feet as quickly as possible. Have you been in New York long?
No.
You certainly don't waste any time, do you?
Neither do some other people.
What was that?
Oh, I was just saying, I'm so glad you found your niche finally in the medical profession, taking care of the proud and the passionate.
Dee, if I wasn't at that party when Barbara choked on that canapé of yours.
What? You gonna blame that on me, too? Everything around here is Delia's fault as far as you're concerned. Well, let me tell you something, Dr. Coleridge. It's not my fault that Barbara Wilde is a carnivore.
Incredible.
Has she always been like this?
This is one of her better days, actually. I'm just amazed that she knew the word carnivore. So, you came to New York to become a writer?
Well, I've always been a writer. It's just taken other people a little while to catch on to that.
Yeah, well, I'd love to read some of your other articles.
Well, actually, the Barbara Wilde story is the first I've had published professionally. It's not the first job I've worked before, of course. I put myself through journalism school as an auto mechanic and a chauffeur and a parking lot attendant, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. It was fun, but it's no way to make a living.
Auto mechanic?
Don't make any sexist assumptions.
No,
there,
no, I wouldn't. It's just, well, I find it rather refreshing to meet a strong and independent young woman. I mean, I'd think that since you haven't been published, coming to New York would be a little intimidating, professionally speaking.
Oh, if you're good at what you do, people notice. Now, I'm going to follow this up with another story, and I'm hoping that Ray Woodard will hire me then as a full-time reporter.
Well, listen, I could arrange an introduction.
Oh, thank you. Jack Vanelli did. Ray hired me as Marion Schultz's assistant, and I took the job just so I could keep an eye out for a chance to prove myself as a reporter, which was why I was at the Crystal Palace the other night, and which is why I would really appreciate any information you could give me for my follow-up story.
I'd be delighted.
That's great.
Listen, why don't you come to the hospital and I'll give you all the details of how I reduced the fracture.
Great. I'll go back to my office and clear it. What, later this afternoon, okay?
Well, whatever you have to do.
Great.
You know, you are the first mechanic that I've ever wanted to take out to dinner.
I'd love to. Bye, Johnny.
See you, Jack. See you later. Bye-bye. Dee, what's the matter?
Oh, they deserve each other. That's what's the matter.
In the tradition of Benifer, Tomcat, and Brangelina, SoapNet's got Pela.
I can't stop thinking about you.
Bo.
I love your fancy face.
And Jolena.
Flowers? Champagne? Musicians? How did you do that?
I've got my secrets.
Follow your favorite Salem super couples' every move in prime time.
Welcome home.
Watch Days of Our Lives tonight at 7, only on SoapNet.
Have you ever overlooked something important? At 21st, we're drivers just like you. So we know what it's like to forget the important stuff, like making sure you have the right auto insurance. That's why 21st provides you with extra benefits that don't cost extra, like complimentary roadside assistance, our network of guaranteed repair centers, and coverage for anyone you let drive your car. In fact, the only thing we can't do is insure you against an embarrassing moment. And on top of our great coverage, 7 out of 10 drivers can save with 21st. You can call us anytime, day or night. Ask a question, submit a claim, even get a quote. Or go to our top-rated website to compare coverage and prices. So call us right now at 1-800-724-3979 and get your money-saving quote. You wouldn't believe what else I've left up there. 21st, drivers just like you.
How much are you paying for internet service? $21? $23? Aren't you being charged too much? We think so. With People PC Online, you get unlimited internet access for only $10.95 a month. Go to peoplepc.com now to try us free for 30 days. With People PC Online, you get internet service for less than half of what the big guys cost. You also get more local access numbers than AOL, plus a smart dialer that automatically chooses the fastest, most reliable number. So you always get the best connection. All for just $10.95 a month. See for yourself. Compare us side by side with your current ISP and find out why J.D. Power and Associates ranked us highest in customer satisfaction among dial-up internet service providers. Go online or call 1-800-943-1729. People PC Online, a better way to internet.
For some mothers,
Hi, honey.
meddling is a habit.
You look like you're asking for it. I am asking for it.
For Daphne,
Just don't do that very loud, nervous laugh.
it's an art.
You're fixating on her to avoid this very big birthday you have coming up.
But this spring,
Adult friend finder.
she's discovering
Oh, baby.
the joy of letting go.
Hello? Go!
Because I Said So. Now playing on DirecTV pay-per-view.
How'd it go? Exactly as planned. I'm arrested. Vartova's lawyer shows up. I'm out of the station in 20 minutes.
Must be slowing down. Time was he'd have you out in 17 flat.
I asked him about the fee. He said not to worry, it was taken care of.
Vartova, congratulations. I'd say you've won his confidence.
Well, I always had it.
Well, then everything is excellent.
Yeah, just as planned.
So what the hell is the matter with you?
Siobhan was at the station.
When you were booked? She say anything to you?
No, she tried, but I cut her off.
Look, you have to remember now, Siobhan doesn't give up easily.
Hey, I think I know my own wife.
Yeah, well, I know her too. And I'm telling you that Siobhan isn't just gonna let go, so you have to keep on convincing her.
What do you
there's
think
nothing
I'm
to hold
trying
on
to do, huh?
What's wrong, Joey? Somebody else calling the shots, it bugs you.
You're really enjoying this, aren't you?
No.
No.
I just want to make sure that Siobhan is safe.
Well, so do I. If I didn't care about her, I wouldn't be going through all this. We loved each other, if you can believe that. The first time in my life, I felt good about who I was. I wanted her. Not just Siobhan, but her whole way of life. Something different from what I was used to. Something right. But I couldn't break away from where I came from. I wanted to have both of them, so I lost out. It didn't work.
Gee, you're breaking my heart, Joey. In case you've forgotten, you're getting off easy. Instead of a 10, 20-year sentence, you're gonna walk away scot-free.
Yeah, what does that mean without Siobhan?
Yeah, well, I understand that, too. And I'm gonna make certain what happened to Mary does not happen to Siobhan.
Nothing is going to happen to Siobhan. Had a meeting with Vartova this morning. He believes I'm through with her. That part of the plan has worked. She's safe.
We won't know that for sure till he's taken care of. How about his books?
He doesn't believe in keeping records too much.
Gee, I wonder why.
Whatever he does have, he keeps close at hand, or so he says. Probably in his office. Just need a little time to check it out.
How are you gonna manage that?
I don't know. I'll let you know when I find out a way to do it without getting myself killed.
Ryan's Hope is next, then Dangerous Desires at night on days. Later, Little Lies lead to Big Trouble on AMC, only on SoapNet.
Have you noticed, sir, the halo that's around my head?
I don't want to be answerable to anybody else on the face of this earth.
Ryan's Hope, next on SoapNet.
Just get here. You can't hold on much longer.
A body of evidence.
Todd?
A cold trail.
You tell me what you've done to him. Where is he?
All leading up to this.
No!
Watch One Life to Live. Weekdays on ABC and weeknights at 9 on SoapNet.
A tycoon and a good Samaritan.
I can help you.
A cop and an ex-con.
Decide to keep me company?
A mobster and a computer geek.
You don't have to go through this alone.
Think these oddball pairs are fun? How about a dishwasher and a rat? Cooking up comedy in a gourmet restaurant.
Together, we can be the greatest chef in Paris.
Catch all the unlikely friendships on AMC, One Life, and GH. Weekdays on ABC and weeknights on SoapNet. And don't miss Disney Pixar's Ratatouille starting June 29.
Your summer day stays with your skin. That's why there's Eucerin Daily Replenishing Lotion to restore and replenish. Eucerin. It's skin therapy for all seasons.
Working late giving you dry eyes.
Introducing Visine Tears Lasting Relief. Its advanced dry eye formula is made to stay on the eye longer for relief that lasts.
Finally.
New Visine Tears Lasting Relief.
Kosher hot dogs only use the finest cuts of kosher beef. Not so with the other guys. That's why Hebrew National 100% kosher beef hot dogs have no artificial flavors or colors, fillers, or byproducts. They just might be the most delicious hot dogs on earth. No ifs, ands, or buts. Hebrew National 100% kosher beef hot dogs.
We answer to a higher authority.
I can't tell you how excited I am about this trip.
Well, Egypt is indeed a fascinating country.
Oh, but not only Egypt, but meeting Aristotle Benedict White. Are you all right? Can I help you?
No, I am quite well attended by Mendenhall. As you can see. My medicine, please, Mendenhall.
Yes, sir.
And a glass of sherry for Miss Coleridge.
Oh, yes, please.
Immediately.
As you may have guessed, too much excitement is not good for my health. Please.
Oh, thank you.
So, we are both enthusiastic about the fact that you're flying off to Luxor to interview Mr. Benedict White.
Yes. And I wanted to know if there was anything specific that you wanted me to ask him.
I trust your judgment implicitly.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you, Mendenhall. I notice you're developing your father's taste for this sherry.
Yes.
Jillian, we've known each other very briefly, but I find myself quite fond of you. I look at you and I see Ed's charm, intelligence, and strength. But I must be honest. Perhaps you'll think me a superstitious old man, but I am deeply troubled by the curse on the shrine of Marit Kara.
But after all the time and the research, don't you feel any better about it?
No, and I'm deeply troubled about its ramifications on you.
I'm not. Spencer, I am not superstitious. I am not afraid. And I will not be present at the opening of the shrine. It's all right. I am fine.
Perhaps it's just that Mr. Benedict White's letter has so intensely reminded me of what I choose to forget. My father's enthusiasm, his zest for living, his inquiries about the shrine, and his death, and the death of his secretary, too.
But the deaths, they could have been coincidence.
Possibly. I've tried to convince myself that it was. But I know what I feel, and somehow that goes beyond all rationalization. Now, I've taken great pains to remain clear of the shrine of Marie Kara. I will continue to do so. And I want you to have no direct contact with it either. Perhaps it's foolish, but it gives me comfort to know that you will be handling this for me at a distance.
I understand.
Excuse me, sir. There's a gentleman here to see you.
I'm not expecting anyone.
He says his name is Aristotle Benedict White.
ABC reveals SoapNet's sizzling summer secrets. Get sneak peeks of GH Night Shift, The Fashionista Diaries, and an all-new Soap Star. Premieres Friday in the View time slot on ABC and again at midnight on SoapNet.